Hello, my creative friends. Welcome. My name is Allison, aka the Caffeinated Creative. I love everything art, planners, journals, and all the things between. Today, I'm doing something a little different than normal. So if you're new, stick around and see if you like it and maybe check out other videos. And if you're returning, I hope this is up your alley too. So what I'm doing today is actually a little mini project, which I decided to do as part of a challenge by February and June. If you're not familiar with her, she's a YouTuber and just a creative person overall. She has a Facebook group and a Patreon, and I just really enjoy her style and all of the things about her that I know. So one of the things she did in January was she asked her Facebook community if they wanted to do a Zine. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So basically what I did was, and you can go back, I think she probably has a more detailed tutorial on her YouTube, but basically you take a normal piece of paper, you fold it into 8 rectangles, and then you cut a slit right down the middle. Then you fold it and create this Zine, which you can see right here. Essentially, it's just a small piece of paper, and then the papers fold together to create essentially a cover, and then 2 pages inside, and then a back page. The reason why I am sharing this with you is because I've been in a bit of a journal rut. I don't know if any of you have felt this, but I feel a little bit like I haven't been able to really get into my typical daily journal. Even so, I still want to be creative and I want to get back that creative bug. So I use this as an opportunity to do that, and I think it worked. So essentially what you've seen me do so far is I unfolded my paper, then I spritzed it lightly with some water, and then I used what you see right now, which are Ken Oliver color bursts. They're a product in which it's basically like pigmented powder. Then I reactivated the pigment with water. And now I'm using a scrap piece of paper to just sop up some of the water. It changes the effect for sure. But essentially what I'm doing with this step is just creating a background. I didn't want to work from a white clean slate, and so I just thought, hey, let me just make sure they all the pages work together by creating this background essentially on the page unfolded, and now I'm refolding the Zine, as you can see. So it's kind of fun to do this too, because the color bursts and in the page background, like, it looks very different once you start folding the Zine back together. I personally also glued my pages together because I wanted it to feel a little bit more secure and just like its own little booklet, I guess. Just as far as background ideas, you could use so many different things. You could use watercolor, you could use like markers on plastic spritz with water and then get a watercolor effect. Really any kind of background that entices you, like, give it a try. Now I'm starting my pages. I stamped perfect. I found a printable where I use the back words that say day, and then I use a sticker to say A. You need a perfect day. So one of the fun things about this challenge was each person in this group, this little group, was assigned a pair. And as a pair, you gave a person your idea for what their Zine would be about, and then they gave you an idea. So for example, my idea for my partner was persistence, and the idea of, keeping moving forward and pushing ahead no matter what. And then what my partner gave me was my best, most perfect day. So it's really cool because you can kind of pick any theme and then apply it to the different, mini project. But what you're seeing me do is reflect my perfect day. And how I decided to interpret this was just like a regular, plain, perfect day, like a weekend day. I didn't think back on the best day of my life ever. I didn't, talk about the day my daughter was born or something like that. I just kind of thought about, like, what does a basic, perfect day look like? And then I went through my ephemera and I looked at any kinds of pictures or images that resonated with me around that theme of a perfect day. So I challenge you for fun to do the same thing. I really love the theme of a perfect day. So kudos to my partner for thinking of that. But now I'm just building my pages. So what you've seen me do is use stickers, die cut stickers, magazine images to just build up each page. So that's what you're going to see me basically do throughout the rest of the video. I won't go step by step because I do want to tell you about what I'm putting down here, like what are my perfect day, or what was my perfect day through this project. So on the first pages, after the cover, I put a picture of oatmeal. I love oatmeal, and so a perfect day for me usually starts with a good night's sleep the night before, and then a really delicious bowl of oatmeal with maybe blueberries, bananas, any kind of fruit, a little bit of maple syrup. Like that is the best. I also, of course, start with coffee, for sure. Then in the morning, that same exact time, I will just take care of my house a little bit. What I like to do, especially when I'm making my coffee, is like tidy something, maybe put some dishes away, do something so that I feel like I'm taking care of my house. So that's kind of my perfect morning, is delicious breakfast and a little bit of love for my home. Then in the second pages, you saw pictures of sort of a city scene. So there was a like Ferris wheel type image, and then you see like the trees. You can see it right here, friends. There's a little picture of a dog that looks just like my dog. Oh, and I put some stickers of 3 little hedgehogs, which represents my family. And that the middle of the day of my perfect day is going on an adventure, maybe in the city. I live in Chicago. Maybe meeting up with some friends, definitely spending time with my family, and just getting a little bit social and having a bit of an adventure. Then, and here's a mistake. Did you see how I stamped that? Oh my gosh, not a great stamp, but you'll see how I fix it if you keep watching. So after that perfect like midday adventure, my perfect day ends, or winds down, I should say, with a nightcap, I guess, of creativity. So that's when I like to journal and get creative, maybe do a page or two in my Hobonichi, or just even journal, just write in my journal and kind of reflect on the day, but ideally creatively. So that's what you saw on the page in the middle. The other thing that a perfect day consists of is really delicious and healthy food. I love food, and so I would be amiss if I did not acknowledge food as part of my perfect day. Then, to wind up my perfect day, I end with a little bit of a house tidy if I'm feeling the energy, but I know I'll feel better about it if I do it for the day to come. So I like to tidy, especially my room, and then write in my journal, just reflect on the day. And that's kind of like a perfect day for me. It's simple, it's nothing crazy, but it is absolutely sort of my ideal. So that's what this Zine was all about. Here's the page with the veggies, and wearing something cute. That's right as well. Having an outfit that I feel confident in. That might seem superficial, but I do like that as part of a perfect day. So now I'm just putting the finishing touches on, using a little crayon to do some outlining. I used my little stamps that I made myself, which I have a video on, to add a little bit more pattern. I liked those little pink oval stamps because they kind of reminded me as like footsteps, like walking through my perfect day. But that's basically it. So here's the front. Here's the first page of my morning. Here's the second page of the adventure in the city, and then healthy food and some creativity, and then winding down with tidy and reflection. Bye.